Hi Booktube! Welcome back to the Babbling Bee and welcome to my Victober accessories video. I think you can see my hands better now, so that's good. Also, my cat is in here once again. She's been fine all morning and she picked the exact moment when I was ready to film a video to come in here and start getting up to mischief, but she's just laid down on my bed and is just staring at me. So hopefully it's gonna be fine. And basically this is just a very chill, cozy sort of video. I have on a new cozy sweater, which is always delightful. Also, if my hair looks different, it's because my mom colored it for me. So, you know, I'm still me under all of this newness. But anyways, this video is just going to be me talking about a few simple things that are kind of making my Victober more cozy, more relaxing, more enjoyable, and just generally more Victobery, I guess. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I have a pile of stuff here. Let's get this one out of the way because it's covering up some of the other things. This is, how do I get it in the frame? Can you see it? It's basically, I think like contemporary women are meant to wear this as like a cozy neck scarf type of situation, but we all know that the right and proper thing to do with it is to use it as a shawl, which is what I'm going to be doing with it. I mean, what I have been doing with it and what I'm going to do with it forever and for all time, because it's just so shawly and it's so soft. This was one of my birthday presents this year, and I absolutely love it, and it just, as soon as I, like, took it out of the package, I was like, Victober. Victober aesthetic. So that's the first thing. We'll check that out of the way. And then, keeping with the soft, cozy fabric theme, this is just one of the many cozy blankets that we have in the house, and it's one of my favorites. It's one of those, I think these are called, like, Sherpa blankets, so it's just extra cozy and thick and comfy making, and it's just absolutely delightful and I love it. So is there anything better than having a lovely cup of tea, which we'll talk about in a second, a book in your hand, a lovely blanket spread over your lap, maybe a cat in the equation as well. These are the things that make Victober extra special. And then, talking of tea, okay, the first way that I'm going to show you this tea is not aesthetic at all. This is just the bag that it comes in. This is my favorite tea. Does that have my address on it? No, it's fine. Everything's fine. So this is Harney and Sons. Also, I know everything is backwards in this camera because I'm filming on my phone, so we'll fix that eventually, but for now, just imagine that you're looking at this the right and proper way. This is Harney and Sons Winter White Earl Grey. So yeah, I love Earl Grey tea, but I wanted to find one that wasn't black tea, because I'm not supposed to have too much black tea, and I was so excited when I found a really good brand of tea, especially Earl Grey, which is my favorite. If I already said that, I have no memory of having already said it, but if I did, I'm sorry. In a white tea. So this is the lovely little jar that I keep it in, because aesthetic, and it was only, I think it was at least a year before I realized that this jar has tiny mushrooms all over it. I knew that it had something on it. I think I just thought they were like flowers, but I had no clue that they were mushrooms. And I'm not gonna lie, that realization when it just settled upon me one day as I was opening the cupboard kind of horrified me. I just find mushrooms kind of horrifying in general. Like, delicious, but like, spooky. Anyways, whoa, that made a clink. So that's my cozy drink of choice while I am Victobering. What shall we go to next? Okay, let's just insert this little thing here. So, as I mentioned in my Victober TBR video, my deeply awkward Victober TBR, the main focus for me during this month is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, which, update, I'm well into it, very much enjoying it. I am on page if she can open the book. 117 in this copy, and not gonna lie, I'm a little bit like, both in this and North and South, we're getting to the point where like the crisis is approaching. Like different like bad things are starting to happen in both of these books. So I'm still really enjoying it, but this is always the part in any book, but particularly in like a really emotional, intense classic where I start to get a little bit like scared and freaked out. And so we're gonna keep going. It's gonna be great. But because I am devoting my attention and care and time to Wuthering Heights this month, I did not participate in the Jane Eyre readathon that's going on. And Kate from Kate Howe has been telling me that I now have a Jane Eyre complex because I'm just like so aware every time any booktuber mentions that they're reading Jane Eyre. I'm just like, well, I hope you're having a great time. Because like Jane Eyre is one of my favorite books of all time. It's one of the few Victorian like classics that I have actually read and loved. And I would love to participate in the readathon that's going on, but I knew that if I started reading Jane Eyre, Emily would get chucked out the window, and I didn't want to do that to her. I wanted to give Emily and her crazy, beautiful book the time and attention that it deserves, and yeah. So, that's all to say, because I'm reading Wuthering Heights, not doing the Jane Eyre readathon, have developed a Jane Eyre complex, I have determined that at some point in the month, I am going to watch is this the 2011 adaptation? Everyone's probably screaming at me right now that it is or it isn't. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna watch this adaptation at some point in the month. I started it the other night, but didn't get very far, so I might just watch it like here and there a little bit at a time. This is one of the films that I rewatch regularly because how many times am I going to say aesthetic in this video? I just love the aesthetic of this movie. I think it's beautiful. I love the costumes. I love the light. I love the sets. I love all of the vibes. And I think it, in general, I mean, I know this might be controversial, but in general, I think it does a good job as an adaptation, although there are a few important things that it either skims or just misses out completely, but it's not a miniseries, so what can we do? But yeah, that's another accessory that I think will just at least allow me to feel connected to Jane Eyre in some way, and just the general Victorian atmosphere. I mean, there's no better place to get that than Thornfield, is there? Okay, we're quickly coming to the end of this little accessories video. I almost just tipped that candle completely over. So another, and possibly the most important accessory in my personal Victober is candles. I am a candle freak, and I typically just get whatever cheap candles I can find at TJ Maxx, but this year I used some of my birthday money, very cleverly I might add, to get myself some Yankee candles, and that was a big, epic, crazy journey because I foolishly ordered those Yankee candles online, and I should have just gone to Walmart, which is like 15 minutes from my house, and bought them physically in person. I don't know what I was thinking. Walmart did not wrap them hardly at all, so 2 out of the 3 arrived broken, and then I ended up having to go to Walmart anyway to rectify the situation. Blah, blah, blah. But it all turned out to be great in the end, and I quickly burned through the first one that I got, which was sugared cinnamon apple. That was gone by the end of September. So the only 2 that remained for Victober are this one, salted caramel, which is delightful, and spiced pumpkin, which is upstairs and which I couldn't be bothered to go and get for you. But, you know, imagine this, but orange and with pumpkin stuff on the front. They are both lovely, deeply autumnal. I am definitely, in case you want to know this, I'm definitely the sort of person who loves, like, the warm autumnal candle scents all year long. I don't really tend to love, like, the more flowery or botanical scents, I guess. I like lavender candles, and I've been known to like a few others in like the floral family, but I'm just an autumn person, and it's the autumn scents of like cake and cinnamon and spicy sugar that I just am drawn to all the time. So, yeah, these are absolutely lovely, and just lighting one to set the mood for Victober reading just makes me so happy every time. And then this is a bit of a weird one, but I don't know if this is one of the challenges for Victober this year. I don't think it is, but I'm pretty sure that last year for Victober, one of the like things that you were invited to do was to read by candlelight. And I just think that's a lovely thing to do for Victober. Any Victober. I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to even be a challenge because reading by candlelight is just so Victorian. So, I have this, oh, don't drop it, Taylor. Lovely, my gosh, is this a candlestick? What is this thing called? What is this? This, like, ornate, aesthetic looking candle stand. And this is just a plain candle on top. It's not scented or anything, but I just feel like it has the right vibes. So I'm definitely planning to, read Wuthering Heights while sitting next to that bad boy at some point in the month. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Those are my cozy Victober accessories, the things that are making my Victober more Victobery. I would love to know what some of your Victober accessories are, if you have any, and maybe I will get some lovely ideas that I can use for the rest of the month. I hope your reading is going well. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.